The next one, future pacing events. This is pure NLP. This is neuro-linguistic programming. Okay. Future pacing. So you want to describe a sequence of events that led you to your manifestation as if they have already occurred. So what you typically do, if we're going to do a future pacing exercise, if we're doing that in a coaching call, is I will ask you to imagine a future state where you've already achieved your goal. Okay. And then I'll sort of have you disassociate from that. And maybe like all of a sudden you're in a TV set, right? And then you come out of the TV set and then you pick up a remote and you hit rewind. You hit rewind on the TV set. So you achieve this goal. You're in the moment. It's amazing. Let's rewind, right? And then as you're rewinding, you see all the events that led up to that moment, right? And so you can sort of see how that happened. Or as you're doing it, like you have the power of the rewind button while you're in the experience, while you're associated with the experience. And you can do the same thing. You rewind it, and sort of imagine all the steps it took to get there. Okay, that will help you really make it real, right? If you can imagine all the steps it took for you to get there, you don't have to know all the details of all the steps, but just a general idea of all the steps that it took to get to that place makes it more real, right? So it bridges the gap between imagination and reality, creating a roadmap for your subconscious to follow. If your subconscious has like bits and pieces of how you got there, it can fill in those gaps a little bit easier, right? You'll start getting these epiphanies like, oh, I need to go this one place. I need to go do this. I need to read this book. I need to watch this video, The next one here, this is really the last one, is detail-oriented visualization in scripting. So while scripting describes sensory details, this is also NLP, okay? So you really want to describe the sights, the sounds, the smells, what things feel like, the touch, right? You want to use all your 5 senses because all of that really makes it real, right? That's NLP. Right? What do you see around you? What colors do you see? Right? What do you hear? Do you hear birds chirping in the background? Right? What's the breeze like? You're driving your Ferrari. Like, what does the wind feel like on your face? I would say in my hair, but we all know. We all know I'm bald. Okay. So why that works is because you're engaging multiple senses, which deepens the visualization, making the experience more vivid and believable to the subconscious mind. Okay. And that's really important, right? It's really important that you make it believable to the subconscious. Okay. Now, yesterday at our group coaching session, Nikki was talking about doing the scripting for 10 minutes a day, which is what I've been doing. But Mark suggested upping it to 3 times a day. That's why at the beginning of the show, I said 10 minutes to 30 minutes, because what Mark suggests is doing it for 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at lunchtime, 10 minutes in the evening. But he said by doing that, we keep our vibration high all day long and not just early in the morning, which I've noticed like when I sit down in the morning and I do my scripting for 10 minutes, like I'm in a good mood. Like I'm ready to hit the ground running. I try to send out my 10 DMs on TikTok and 10 DMs on Instagram. If you guys ever get a DM, it's me. It's me. I don't have a team. It's me. I'm literally DMing you. But I send out 10 on both. I would send out 10 to people on Facebook, but I can't DM you first. If you're watching on Facebook, you have to DM me first. That's just how Facebook's got that set up. So what I'll try to do is I'll try to put a post out on Facebook that says, hey, if this is your problem, DM me, so that you'll, think about DMing me. But I do that, and I'm already in a sort of a high state of vibration, but by the end of the day, my vibration's not always there, right? I'm not always in the best mood, So I like what Mark suggests about doing that sort of in the middle of the day and really sort of keeping that consistent. It's kind of like my TRT injections. Yes, I'm on TRT. My nurse practitioner has me doing it daily. And some people are like, what? Because they do their TRT injections weekly or twice a week or something like that. And what she said is, well, if you do it daily, it keeps it more consistent. And you don't have any kind of problems with spikes and drops and, all highs and lows and all that kind of stuff. It stays more consistent in your bloodstream. And she's like, naturally you produce testosterone on a daily basis. You don't do it like on Sunday, right? You don't do one big burst on Sunday. So I'm like, okay. So it's kind of the same concept. You have to follow your doctor's advice. Okay. I'm not telling you how to do TRT. So he also said there are studies that show that 3 10-minute sessions of meditation work better than one 30-minute session. So, and because of the same principle, right? You're consistently reinforcing that information and keeping your thoughts focused on it. You're basically keeping it at the forefront, more times throughout the day than just once in the morning where, you're thinking about it. Right. So it made me think, as he's talking about this, it made me think of the 3-6-9 method of scripting that I'm having one of my clients do now. It's not 10 minutes a day, 3 times a day. It's like write out your affirmations or say your affirmations 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and then 9 times at night. Are the numbers 3, 6, and 9 magic? Nikolai Tesla thought so, but do I think so? No, I don't think so. It's more of the exercise, being consistent with it and keeping it on the forefront of your mind. So you can just do the same amount 3 times a day, or you can do the 3-6-9 method because you're putting some kind of magical belief behind it. Whatever gets you to fucking do it, right? If the moon is made out of cheese and it gets you to go to the gym, if the moon's made out of cheese and gets you to write in your scripting journal 3 times a day, then by God, the moon's made out of cheese. Shout out to Ryan Stone, that son of a bitch. All right, that's what I got for this episode, guys. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of it. Next week on Woo Woo Wednesday, we're going to be talking about the scripting stuff again, but I will be breaking down the NLP methods that are taking place when you're doing it. Okay, we're going to take out the magical thinking completely from it and break it down from a neuro-linguistic programming perspective. So that might be fascinating for you. Okay. Other than that, tune into the podcast on Friday. It will be Frame Friday. We are up to chapter 9 in Wraith's book, Power Frame Identity. And that one's all on frame in everyday life, using frame in your everyday life. So that should be helpful for you.
New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe now.